they had another history-making moment. She and Megan Thee Stallion are the first pair of women to win Best Rap Performance.
I'm honored that you asked me to be a part of the song.
Megan, who won 3 of her 4 nominations, fought back tears accepting Best New Artist.
I don't want to cry. Every artist that was nominated for this award is so amazing.
Megan told me,
our showrunner says, how do you feel about maybe one of them doesn't agree with you? And I said, well, that's all right too. Okay, thanks.
Sharon said what unfolded on air.
I have a hate relationship with WAP. It's not even just about the lyrical content. The song is just trash. And as far as the performance goes, I wasn't overly impressed. And this performance actually made me notice how stiff Cardi was moving. She looked uncomfortable. She did look uncomfortable. And it seemed this is a weakening of American society. We are setting the stage and it feels like we are looking at corrosion.
Over the summer.
Names of the women. Should he resign?
Yes, I think he probably end up being prosecuted too.
But how about right now? You said you want the investigation to continue. You saw Chuck Schumer, Senator Gillibrand, majority of congressional delegation. Don't think he can be an effective governor right now. Can he serve effectively?
That's it.
You didn't even want to see me.
I'm ready to be engaged.
The most shocking after the final rose ever.
For a very long time.
How long was it fun? I would imagine when the kids come back and they're back in the house.
Yeah, it was fun for a long time. I mean, we set up this routine, where everybody would go into their spaces and they'd do their work. The kids would do their classes and, we'd be doing whatever. And then we'd come together for cocktail hour, get a glass of wine and do an activity like we were in.
I'm your host as always, Kid Dix here on this Thursday, March 18th, 2021, one day after St. Patrick's Day. I'm your host as always, Kid Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Take. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Take here on Connect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Take. Let's get to the big story. The big story this week is this. Wow, the big story is cancel culture is back and back better than ever and has found a new victim, and we mean new victim, in the form of Sharon Osbourne. Let's get to the details of how all this came about.
Like I'm about to be put in the electric chair.
An internal investigation. The show shut down. Yes, ET has learned the talk is taking a hiatus for a couple days while the review of matters from last week continues.
If anyone should be crying, it should be me.
It is not the exact words of racism. It's the implication and the reaction to it.
And proof that Sharon is doubling down? 3 days after former talk co-host Holly Robinson Pete claimed Sharon had her fired in 2011 for being, quote, too ghetto.
Look, okay, it's like this.
Sharon fired back, telling Variety, I cannot have anyone fired, and that's not a term I use. I don't speak like that. And then Sharon shared a private email Pete sent her a month after being let go. In it, Holly seems to say Julie Chen was the reason for it all, citing a racist comment and spreading venomous lies. So what's next for the embattled talk show? The ladies plan to return to work on Wednesday, despite Sharon's claims of being blindsided by the whole situation.
Sharon Osbourne trying to defend herself on her talk show, The Talk, with her friend Piers Morgan, who's across the pond in Britain, with the whole accusation of Piers having his vehement dislike for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry over that Oprah Winfrey interview they did a couple weeks ago. and they still talk about it to this day. Well, Sharon Osbourne fought back, and here's what she said to Entertainment Tonight. It's Kevin Frazier with this.
11, our showrunner says, how do you feel about maybe one of them doesn't agree with you? And I said, well, that's all right too. Okay, thanks.
Sharon said what unfolded on air felt like a betrayal from her co-host after a pact they made in February.
There was a situation in February. Carrie Ann was given a question to ask Elaine, and Carrie Ann didn't want to ask it, but it came from the producers to ask Elaine. And it was, if black people can use the N-word, why can't white people use the N-word?
I would love to hear what you have to say.
Which is a very naive question to ask. We all know why. So Elaine got very upset with her response. Carrie Ann started to cry. So we agreed we would never surprise each other with questions if we thought the other one hadn't been prepped. And we said we will never put ourselves in this situation again where we set each other up. So we all agreed as women, got your back. I finished saying what I'm saying, and then Cheryl asked me these questions, which I didn't know, and they were written questions, and then Elaine's reading her questions.
Stand up for anti-racism.
And I'm like, I've been set up. Don't try and cry, because if anyone should be crying, it should be me. And I went like, how dare you all do this to me? I'm your sacrificial lamb. So in the break, I'm like, talk to me, Cheryl. Talk to me. What is going on?
Sharon Osbourne saying that she's one tough cookie to beat. She ain't going down without a fight. Sharon said that she believed a CBS executive set her up to make all this come around, to have cancel culture at her, because Sharon said some smart things way in the past. She said something about Holly Roberts and Pete. She said about Lena Remedy. I think she said something about Holly Roberts and Pete was too ghetto. I couldn't see Holly Roberts and Pete ghetto. She didn't even know what ghetto is. And Leah Remedy was too, I guess, ghetto as well, because she's Italian. So you want to put that in there. And saying the same thing about Julie Chen with her Asian-ness. And Sarah Gilbert as being a lesbian. I mean, Sharon Osbourne saying someone there is trying to set her up for failure and set her up to oust her out of the top. I guess we have to wait and see on how all this gonna come down to it. This comes out the heels of Sharon and Sharon Underwood having a fallout from their little discussion. So Sharon Osbourne said, enough is enough, I'm fighting back. We'll see. There's a lot of people that's being canceled as late. You know, Pierce being fired. Will Sharon be the next victim of cancel culture? Only time will tell. Speaking of that, in celebrity news this week, girls rule the world. Yes, girls rule the world indeed. With Beyonce, Megan Thee Stallion, Doja Cat, Billie Eilish, they all won Grammys, including Beyonce, who made Grammy history with this.
Breaking the all-time record for the most Grammy wins ever by any female artist or any singer, male or female. The Grammy goes to Beyonce.
This is so overwhelming. I've been working my whole life since 9 years old, and I can't believe this happened. It's such a magical night. Thank you so much. She won a Grammy tonight. I'm so honored to be your mommy.
9-year-old Blue, along with her mom, took home Best Music Video for Brown Skin Girl. That puts the Carter family's total Grammy wins at 52. Beyonce had another history-making moment. She and Megan Thee Stallion are the first pair of women to win Best Rap Performance.
Megan, I have so much respect for you, and I'm honored that you asked me to be a part of the song. It's time, baby, Megan Thee Stallion!
Megan, who won 3 of her 4 nominations, fought back tears accepting Best New Artist.
I don't want to cry. But every artist that was nominated for this award is so amazing.
Megan told me she dedicated the night to her mom, who died of a brain tumor in 2019. What would she say tonight, because she's watching you?
She definitely will be in here crying. We will be crying together. My makeup will be terrible, but I know she's proud.
What does next? What is the thing that you want next?
I just want us to be able to have a really super fun Hot Girl Summer Part 2.
Oh yeah, we got a taste of that. Megan joined Cardi B, who pole danced on the heel of a giant stiletto for the first TV performance of WAP. The only category Megan lost, Record of the Year. That went to
Billie Eilish.
But Billie turned that into a Megan tribute.
Genuinely, this goes to her. Can we just cheer for Megan Thee Stallion?
History was made at the Grammys. Beyonce with the record of any artist, male or female, with 28. She surpassed it. She keeps on making hits. She keeps on winning and winning with Black Parade and Brown Skin Girl. All the hits throughout the 2000s, the 2010s, and include a little bit of the 90s as well, the late 90s. Beyonce has been on a path. Beyonce continues her dominance, as well as Megan Thee Stallion, who's emerging, her meteoric rise. Megan Thee Stallion winning Best New Artist. Who can forget? Megan Thee Stallion has been a phenomenal year for her. Her being in a relationship with what's his name? Troy. That dude's name is, I forgot that dude's name. Well, he shot her in the foot. And now she's come back as a Grammy winner. Well, Megan's friend, Cardi B, had her little performance with Megan. They did WAP together. Well, the internet's been blazing, been rumors been circulating that Cardi B might be pregnant again. Let's see what's going on with that.
Have a hate relationship with WAP. It's not even just about the lyrical content. The song is just trash. And as far as the performance goes, I wasn't overly impressed. And this performance actually made me notice how stiff Cardi was moving. She looked uncomfortable. She did look uncomfortable. And it seems like she might be going through a body change. Some people speculated that she might be pregnant. And she did put out a tweet that kind of raised speculations. She said, "Sorry guys, I haven't been active today. Last night was a crazy experience and I got no one to blame but myself. Soon you will see why my body feels destroyed. Up is doing so good and I'm excited for y'all to see my performance. Tune in." So she posted this.
Yeah, Cardi B, she hasn't said what she's going on. She said it's gonna wait soon. I'm assuming she's pregnant again, so hey. We just have to wait and see. Good E! True Hollywood Story. Check that out. If you got YouTube or you got the E! Network, check it out. Ooh, all right. All right. Let's get to talk shows this week. Former First Lady Michelle Obama is doing her media rounds. So she's doing a lot this week. Michelle Obama appeared on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and Jimmy Kimmel asked her, what did she do during the quarantine? Take a look.
For a very long time.
How long was it fun? I would imagine when the kids come back and they're back in the house.
Well, yeah, it was fun for a long time. I mean, we set up this routine. We where everybody would go into their spaces and they'd do their work. The kids would do their classes, and we'd be doing whatever. And then we'd come together for cocktail hour. Get a glass of wine and do an activity. Like we were into puzzles for a while. I bought some oil paints. We had painting week.
Wow.
I'd taken up knitting. The girls were baking. It was all just sugar and light. And then we'd have dinner and then we'd play a family game. I think that lasted for a month or so. and then, the kids would come down later, be a little more surly, a little less communicative. We ran out of funny stories to tell. That was, and then summer came and that helped. So we could eat outside every now and then. Now a year in, we don't even really get a hello when people come to the table. Sometimes it's like, hey, what's up? How's your day? Same. Tasha's like, same. Dad, nothing happened to me. Okay. Nothing happened.
And how about
Michelle Obama with simple quarantine stuff? You huddle around dinner, you got around doing your own thing in your own space, in your own bubble, and now you're back doing what you need to do. So Michelle Obama promoting her cooking show that's on Netflix, her children's cooking show. So it details life. Also, Tamron Hall sat down with Michelle Obama and said the same thing. Take a look.
They work for me. So
You're the
in
boss.
my spare time, I'm kind of the boss, except I have this busy bee, who's kind of, like my right-hand man. He's a little sarcastic.
He definitely is.
Yeah, so, he may be more of the boss than me. But yeah, I see this as a way of opening up the world to a new set of families and children. So we couldn't be more excited about this series. This is the reason why we're working with Netflix, to be able to identify and bring to light programming like this that has the potential of changing people's lives, not just the way they eat and the way kids see food, but the way they see themselves in the world.
Yes, Michelle Obama trying to get the word out. Word is the mom, by getting this show out, or a cooking show. So Michelle Obama, busy as a bee, trying to get herself out there. I mean, the Obamas are doing it. They just do podcasts, and now they're just busy as a bee. So Michelle Obama, you know how they go. All right, on the Wendy Williams show, Wendy Williams do something real, let's say, odd and strange. Take a look.
We haven't caught anybody coming out of the house yet, but, just a matter of time. She's not lonely.
Wendy Williams shocked fans during her chat show as she appeared to burp and fart on live TV. The 56-year-old was busy chatting about the latest Kim Kardashian and Kanye West gossip when she accidentally let a belch out, followed by a little fart. Following Wendy's burp, she quickly covered her mouth before seemingly letting out a sly fart straight after. The popular talk show host appeared unfazed by the indiscretion.
Yeah, she farted and burped during live TV. Who does that? But she's the type of person that does that with everything. Oh God, now I have done it. Really? It's an accident. It was not on purpose. I can tell you that right now. All right, we'll be back with more tape. Don't go nowhere. This is the tape here on Connect TV. Welcome back to the tape on Connect TV. I'm your host, as always, Kim Dix here on this March 18th, 2021. Thank you all for watching this tape, the home of pop culture, the hub of pop culture. First thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Take here on Connect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe on this camera. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit the subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, let's get to the political rundown. On political rundown this week. All right, people in New York are asking for the resignation of New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. But ABC News' George Stephanopoulos asked President Biden the question, should Andrew Cuomo resign? Take a look.
Names of the women. Should he resign?
Yes, I think he probably ended up being prosecuted too.
But how about right now? You said you want the investigation to continue. You saw Chuck Schumer, Senator Gillibrand, majority of the congressional delegation don't think he can be an effective governor right now. Can he serve effectively?
That's a judgment for them to make about their state where they can be effective. Here's my position. It's been my position since I wrote the Violence Against Women Act. A woman should be presumed to telling the truth and should not be scapegoated and become victimized by her coming forward. Number one. But there should be an investigation to determine whether what she says is true. That's what's going on now.
And you've been very clear. If the investigation confirms the claims, he's gone.
That's what I think happens. And by the way, it may very well be there could be a criminal prosecution that is attached to it. I just don't know. But let the investigation. And I don't know what it is. But I started with the presumption. It takes a lot of courage for a woman to come forward. So the presumption is it should be taken seriously and it should be investigated. And that's what's under.
All during the accusation of these women coming forward and with the COVID deaths and Cuomo covering up, maybe it might be time for Cuomo to resign. You remember a year ago, he was loving the attention of the camera, and now a little later, they're trying to get rid of him and oust him out. That's what they do. That's what their council culture do. You got to be careful what you do and what you say, because people out here now, they're ready to attack like rabid wolverines and dogs. I'm telling you. Whew. Speaking of that, we talked about Candace Owens, political activist. She appeared on Fox News and she tried to dismay Cardi B with the WAP song. Take a look.
This is a weakening of American society. We are setting the stage and it feels like we are looking at corrosion.
Okay, Candace, the song been out for damn near 6 months. What's so special about WAP? It's just a song. What they got to do with you? You probably heard it and you probably like, ooh, I like it. I want to. And then Fox News gave you a storyline to go work for it, like talk about attack WAP. Everybody know you like WAP. Everybody know. Everybody love listen to WAP. It's some freaks out there that like WAP. It's just, that's how it be. And it's how it ain't going nowhere. They like the song. It's been trending by now. They want to hear it again. So screw her. She just need to mind her business. All right. On the reality show clip down this week, on the season finale of The Bachelor, Matt chooses Rochelle, and here's the conclusion of the relationship. Take a look.
For your eye, you didn't even want to see me.
I don't know if I'm ready to be engaged.
The most shocking after the final rose ever.
Close to Manuel Joseph's what I saw and what I went through is heartbreaking. Is a dropping announcement.
Get ready for a curveball, Bachelor Nation.
Bachelor season finale.
Yeah, after Rochelle with that little racist antebellum stuff, Matt decided not to go with her, and you know how that go. It just went south from the border. It's like it just don't work. And Matt's going back. He decided he did the right thing. You know, you don't want to associate yourself with that. And she might find the racist, like Wendy Williams said right here. Yep, she's good, and he's good. He's still available on The Bachelor. One of him and Tyler might get together, if you know what I mean. You put that two together. Put 2 and 2 together on that. All right. On the reality show clip there, not the reality show clip there, but on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. mention the Bachelorette coming back with 2 bachelors. So they're going to be doing a journey together. So mind you on that. All right. On the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Cynthia and her mom have that heart-to-heart discussion advice on the wedding preparations. Take a look.
I don't know if I show this to you, but I thought this would be fun. Some bunny ears. Oh, so cute. Tonight, I was gonna, well, I won't get into all that, but okay. Yeah. John Paul Mallory? Yeah. Where is she now? Late as usual. I've been stressed out all the way up to it, but actually I'm really calm today. Be calm because you've done everything. You worked and you planned the wedding and got into it with me and everything else. Well, I'm glad that we are. Well, we're friends again. We're good. You know, your mom always teach you. I'll always treat you like you're 3 years old. I know. Well, I'm just happy you're here. I invited my dad to my wedding, and he's not comfortable going anywhere. Have you heard from our dad? Is he coming on? Last time I spoke to him, he said that he was not going to be able to make it. I don't care. Although it would have been great if he could have attended, I'm kind of low-key happy because it definitely takes the pressure off me with my mom. Well, I prayed that this is your happy ending. Let him be Mike and you be Cynthia and be friends. And if you gotta cut somebody out, just make up the next day.
Getting ready for this lavish ceremony, like a wedding is, a sacred union between one man and one woman, Cynthia Bailey and Matt and what that man name? Cynthia and damn, I forgot his name. You know, he's from Fox or something. But hey, you know, man. Well, Cynthia doing it again for the second time. Remember the first time the mom and the sister tried to hide. They knew about Peter, and Peter wasn't the one. And you know how they go. Maybe the second time the charm. Who knows? All right. Speaking of love in Atlanta, Portia and Dennis still trying to figure out what their maturity level is when their relationship. Will they go forward or not? Portia trying to see if Dennis is still single as you know what. And Dennis trying to wonder if Portia would be in our off and on relationship. Just take a look.
Yeah, we're too old for this.
I don't need you to keep telling me how old I am.
We're not 40.
I'm not 40.
I'm talking about maturity level in regards to this relationship.
But Dennis, you're the one who told the world you're single as I mean, I haven't even done that. But I haven't even done that.
You don't got to tell people that when you're moving like you're single, you don't got to tell the world.
How move? How? What are your issues?
When you in a relationship, like either you in a relationship or you're not in a relationship.
But how many times are people who are already broken up going to keep telling each other that they're done?
You're the one that keeps saying it.
Oh, yeah, yes, because you keep putting things on me as if we're still together and we're broken up.
Listen, that ain't the point. The point is...
It is the point, because that's what fuels you to text me late at night acting like some dude is over there inside the house.
I'm not dating.
I don't know what you've been doing. Free men like you, I know you. You can scream real loud, I'm not dating. But it's
yeah, it's topsy-turvy. That's what some relationships be when you're girlfriend, boyfriend. One minute you on together, the next minute you're off, on together, off. I know in a marriage, that does not happen, but that does happen in a marriage. Like 1 minute you're off, 1 minute you're on, 1 minute you're off. And then, you know, married couples, they like to argue just to see who gonna get the win. It be so, but you know, when people get married and stuff, you see changes in most people. People change for the better, some change for the worse. That's how it be sometimes. You know, hopefully they get everything together. All right, in NEWSIES this week, the stimulus, the people are getting a relief with stimulus. Let's take a look right now. Yeah, the full 1,400 stimulus checks coming out. People finna spend. They want you to spend. They want you to spend your money, spend your hard-earned money on them stimulus checks. So, you know, you can boost the economy and stuff. And get the economy back rolling again. You know, the COVID restrictions are coming back in full circle. And people are coming with the capacity. So, hey, you got your stimulus money. Go and boost yourself. Because gas prices are rising up costs. I'm telling you. All right, and finally, the viral video of the week. The viral video of the week is, this is in honor of Women's History Month in the month of March. This New York place decided to dedicate a statue to the legendary late great judge Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Let's take a look.
These two steps represent her climb to the Supreme Court, and we encourage folks to step on the pedestal and stand with Ruth to be inspired by her legacy and everything she's done for equality. It was made to be 7 feet tall because Ruth was larger than life, and everything she did was bigger than life itself.
Yes, Ruth Bader Ginsburg would have been 87 years old, but she passed away late last year. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg, a legend in the judicial system, and she will be missed. Ruth Bader Ginsburg led her champion for women's causes and all right causes. So our salute in women's history to Ruth Bader Ginsburg. All right. Thank you all for watching this edition of The Take. We'll be back in 2 weeks. So we're going to take a little break, but we'll be back better than ever. So, hey, I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. We'll see you next time for another edition of The Take. See you later.